Hey guys, it's Wednesday, September 13th, 2017. This is the Daily Mix TV. So Lucasfilm has announced a new release date for Star Wars Episode 9. Previously, it was scheduled to come out in May of 2019. Now the film is going to be released on December 20th, 2019, just in time for Christmas. Now this announcement isn't a surprise. It comes on the heels of Lucasfilm firing Colin Trevorrow as director, and hours after Lucasfilm announced that he's being replaced by J.J. Abrams, who directed basically the relaunch of the saga in 2015 with Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. Now, there have also been rumors this year that the film needed to be completely rewritten, and one reason for that was the death of Carrie Fisher. Carrie played Princess and then General Leia last December, and, you know, her passing it really hurt a lot of Star Wars fans. Now, she was slated to play a significant part in the storyline of Episode 9, and she may still appear in the film using pre-shot footage. Disney, remember, paid $4 billion for the rights to the Star Wars franchise 5 years ago. Now, Episode 9 is supposed to be the last movie in the 9-part Star Wars saga, but a strong showing is likely to change that and lay the groundwork for other spin-off projects. And of course, we know about the merchandising opportunities and all of those things. Now, speculation in the market today is that there will be additions to the saga, so it's not going to stop at 9. The rumors are that they're planning for about 15 years of films, inclusive of independent storylines like we talked about in spin-offs. You know, you've got the Han Solo independent coming out. There's supposed to be one about Boba Fett and so on. But they're also saying they're going to add to the saga. So it's going to be interesting to watch how the Star Wars franchise continues to evolve, given that JJ's come back. We knew there were problems in Episode 9 in terms of pre-production and the actual script writing. There were a lot of differences between Colin and what Lucasfilm wanted. So having JJ come back made all the sense in the world, and it was absolutely the right decision. Plus, we get a Christmas release out of it. Now, speaking of releases, after a year of speculation, and for any Apple fanboy, anticipation like never before, Apple unveiled their latest arsenal in the technology war for your mobile and tech dollars. And for the most part, they really did do it with style and grace. Tim Cook took the stage at the new Steve Jobs Theater on the hot spaceship campus that the tech mogul had envisioned years before his passing. Now, Tim paid tribute to Steve in the best of ways, to the point where, honestly, he almost started crying. Now, that's something that I personally have the utmost respect for Tim for, because it just goes to show you how much he really loved and respected Steve. He even managed to use Steve Jobs' trademark line, "One more thing," when introducing the granddaddy of all devices, the iPhone X, to celebrate the phone's 10th anniversary. In yesterday's keynote, the Cupertino-based company announced a slew of new devices and technology, including an all-new 4K Apple TV that has HDR capability. Now, here's what I think. This is just so typical of Apple. They thought ahead in terms of, okay, we know that we've got HD, 1080p movies in the pipe, and we know our customers have purchased a lot of them. Our customer base, because they believe in our lifestyle brand, is going to want the 4K versions of these films. So without even being asked, and completely for free, if you've got 1080p movies and TV shows in your library, meaning that you've purchased them, they're going to automatically convert those into 4K releases without charging you a penny. So it really is a classy move, a cool move, and very typical of Apple. I wish other companies would pay attention to this, because it's pandering to your customer base, but not in a cheesy way, in a very thoughtful way. That's a classy move by Apple, not that I'm surprised. Now, they also released the Apple Watch with LTE capability and a smattering of new features that allows you to use the watch without any tethering, and it'll have the same number as your iPhone. It's interesting to note that as of yesterday, Apple Watch is the #1 selling watch on the planet. Yes, you heard me correctly. Apple Watch is #1, despite every analyst in the world saying, oh no, this is never going to work. It's a smart watch. Nobody cares about that. Well, guess what? Clearly people do. Lastly, 3 new iPhones were released yesterday, and there's a lot of pressure on Apple's iPhone X. I'll get to that in 1 second. The two other models were the Apple 8 and the Apple 8 Plus. Essentially, remember that in Apple's release schedule, it's typically a main release, so let's call it the 7 from last year. And then halfway through the year, they release an S version. So it's a mid-tier, minor improvement push for the iPhone line. And it's one of the many reasons why Apple is so profitable. They've created that demand, and when they release something, there's a massive want and desire for their products. So they've got the 8 and the 8S, which has a slew of new technology and features. And then there was the celebration, the iPhone X. The company calls it the future of the smartphone, and with facial recognition called Face ID, which is replacing Touch ID, and it's much more secure, an OLED display, no home button, and other new features including augmented reality and wireless charging, the pricey device certainly feels like a departure from previous iPhone versions. Now, Apple's hottest product has the potential to juice iPhone sales, which account for 2/3 of the company's revenue, and unfortunately did drop for the first time last year. But not all was rosy on the tech and production front at the new theater. A very flustered Craig Federighi struggled to unlock the iPhone X while demonstrating Face ID. Craig tried to unlock the demo device after stating, "It's as easy as looking at the phone and swiping up." Yeah, not so much in his case when the demo model asked him for a passcode.
Here is iPhone X. Now, unlocking it is as easy as looking at it and swiping up. And, let's try that again. Ho. Let's go to backup here and get right in. So here we are, and you see this expansive...
My point is, no matter how successful or big a company may be, we're all susceptible to event and live production mishaps. Now, Craig handled it the right way during the live feed, so I've got to give him credit for that. Congratulations to everyone at Apple for a phenomenal keynote, a successful launch, and honoring Steve the right way. Looking forward to seeing those sales, guys. Now, speaking of Face ID, apparently face-to-face human contact isn't necessary for a brand to make a strong connection with consumers. Amazon was deemed the most trustworthy brand in a first-ever national survey by social science research entity, the Values Institute. It was followed by Marriott, then Microsoft, Hilton, and finally Southwest Airlines. The survey, which ranks the 6 largest brands in 7 key categories and also overall, which calculates trust by looking at 25 variables in 5 categories: competence, consistency, connection, candor, and concern. According to the Values Institute's Mark Weinfeld in an interview, Amazon has done an amazing job of creating that personal touch that may even exceed what you get at a brick-and-mortar location. In addition to having the highest overall score, Amazon scored the highest in the retail category. Now, rounding out the top 5 most trustworthy retailers were Costco, Target, Macy's, and Walmart. Now, something tells me this study is severely flawed, because according to it, the most trustworthy quick service restaurant brand was Subway. Now, sorry, but people aren't that stupid, nor are their memories that short. Either that or the moral compass has fallen south given the company's involvement in hiding their former spokesman, Jared Fogel's, predilection for child molestation. However, Subway was followed by Wendy's, Starbucks, Burger King, and Taco Bell. Now, sadly, yes, in 2017, there are still people who cannot read or write. In celebration of National Literacy Month in September, Dollar General and Kellogg's are partnering on a new, quote, "Here's My Story" campaign. It aims to share customers' own stories of learning to read and advancement in education through programs funded by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation. This fall, exclusive packages of Kellogg's cereals and their Cheez-It Crackers brand will feature stories and show the positive impact literacy efforts have made to adult and youth learners. Now, it's aimed at educating customers on the positive impact literacy and reading advancements can make in one's life, and it's supposed to inspire people to continually look to learn and research on their own education goals. The campaign also encourages customers to share their own literacy success stories on social using the hashtag DGMyStoryEntry. Now, Kellogg's and the Dollar General Literacy Foundation will randomly select 50 social posts using the hashtag to receive a complimentary $50 Dollar General gift card in early November. So Kellogg's is a sponsor of the Dollar General Literacy Foundation. I love programs like this because you don't hear about literacy impact as much as we used to. When I was a kid in the 70s and 80s, you always heard about the importance of learning to read. There were always campaigns on television about PSAs, public service announcements, about the importance of learning to read. You had Reading Rainbow with LeVar Burton, which was promoting literacy to children, obviously through their parents, those kinds of things. So it's really nice to see a company like Dollar General that's found its niche in terms of its corporate social responsibility initiatives, and having Kellogg's jump on board just means we're going to get the word out all that much more. My name is Sean Patrick Hillman. I'm the CEO of Hill Story Marketing. I'm also the editor-in-chief of the Daily Mix TV. We would love to hear from you, so please email us at thedailymixtv@gmail.com. Enjoy your hump day, guys. We'll catch you tomorrow on Thursday.